The Dictionary of Real Estate Appraisal, page 170, Chapter P continued. Percentage rent. Rental income received in accordance with the terms of a percentage lease, typically derived from retail stores and restaurant tenants and based on a certain percentage of their gross sales. Percipient witness. A witness who has perceived the things about which he or she testifies. Performance standards. Criteria by which a prospective land use is measured against the goals of applicable zoning. For example, in an industrial area, performance standards might include limits on particulate emissions, effluent chemistry, and noise levels, as well as criteria for off-street parking, on-site circulation, setbacks, screening, and similar factors. Performing arts facility. A building where theatrical performances or motion picture presentations can be exhibited. Audience seating areas typically rise away from the stage or screen on an slope or stepped incline to allow audience members views unimpeded by the rows of people in front of them. Perimeter. The total length of the periphery of a given area. For instance, the distance around the outside of a building, lot, or other defined area. Periodic growth. Growth that occurs in periodic increments. For instance, financial growth at compound interest, as distinguished from continuous growth and observed in nature. Periodic payment factor. The direct reduction loan factor for a loan, given the interest rate and amortization term, can be monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual. Permanent easement. See perpetual easement. Permanent loan. A long-term loan used to finance or refinance the ownership and operation of a completed structure, as distinguished from temporary loans. For instance, land and construction loans. Permanent monument. A boundary line marked in a fixed location that is not perishable. Perpetual easement. An easement that lasts forever. Perpetuity. Number 1. Traditionally, an infinite level income stream. Perpetuity number 2. In contemporary usage, a finite level income stream with its reversion equal to the present value. Personal property. Number 1. The interests, benefits, and rights inherent in the ownership of tangible objects that are considered by the public as being personal, also called tangible personal property. Personal property number 2. Identifiable tangible objects that are considered by the general public as being personal. For example, furnishings, artwork, antiques, gems and jewelry, collectibles, machinery and equipment. All tangible property that is not classified as real estate. USPAP 2016 through 2017 edition. Personality. See Personal property. PGI is the acronym. C, potential gross income. PGIM. C, potential gross income multiplier. Physical characteristics. A category of elements of comparison in the sales comparison approach. Comparable properties can be adjusted for differences in characteristics such as size, age, condition, functional utility, and quality of the improvements. Physical depreciation. An outdated term for a type of depreciation. C, physical deterioration. Physical deterioration. The wear and tear that begins when a building is completed and placed into service. Page 171. See also curable physical deterioration and incurable physical deterioration and long-lived item and short-lived item. Physical life. Number 1, an estimate of how old a building or improvement will be when it is worn out. Physical life. Number 2, the total period a building lasts or is expected to last as opposed to its economic life. Physical possession. See actual possession. Physical possibility. One of the criteria that the highest and best use of a property must meet. For a land use to be considered physically possible, the parcel of land must be able to accommodate the construction of any building that would be a candidate for the ideal improvement. Physical vacancy. Vacancy expressed as an amount or ratio based on a physical measurement. Here's the formula. It shows vacant units over total units, or vacant square feet over total square feet. See also economic vacancy. Physiocrats. A group of political economists in mid-18th century Europe who put forth the idea of agriculture as a main source of wealth and land as a major productive agent. The physiocrats provided the foundation for classical value theory. See also classical school. The acronym PI. C, profitability index. Piggyback. A method of transportation whereby truck trailers are carried on trains or cars are carried on trucks. The acronym PIP. PIP. C, product improvement program. Pipeline easement. The right to construct, operate, and maintain a pipeline over the lands of others within prescribed geographical limits. The language the easement determines the extent of the rights granted. The acronym PITI, pity. C, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. The acronym PLAM, PLAM. C, price level adjusted mortgage. Planned unit development. The acronym is PUD. A type of building development designed as a grouping of complementary land uses such as housing, schools, recreation, retail, office, and industrial parks, contained within a single master development. Usually includes common area and common area maintenance obligations in the form of owners association dues. Planned unit development land. Land that is planned for development of multiple uses within a single neighborhood environment, typically including one or more of the following: residential, office, industrial, retail, or lodging. Plant. Number 1. Broadly, the assets used in a business operation, such as land, buildings, machinery, equipment, furniture, and other tangible property, may refer to a portion of an assembled property, such as a power plant, or to the fixed property of an enterprise. Plant number 2. In real estate, land, buildings, machinery, equipment, furniture, etc. Plant number 3. A portion of an assembled property, for instance, a power plant. And plant number 4. The fixed property of an enterprise, for instance, an educational plant. Plat number 1. A plan, map, or chart of a city, town, section, or subdivision indicating the location and boundaries of individual properties. Plat number 2. A map or sketch of an individual property that shows property lines and may include features such as soils, building locations, vegetation, and topography. Plat number 3. A map intended to show the division of land into lots or parcels. Upon recordation with the appropriate authorities, land included in the plat can thenceforth be legally described by reference to the plat, omitting a metes and boundaries description, IAAO.